At dawn, a city wakes, crafted from wax, guided by scent, powered by wings.
Every return is checked. The entrance is a gate, and identity is everything.
Meet the forager, a worker with a simple mission. Find sweetness, bring it home.
Nectar is fuel. Pollen is protein. Together, they feed a superorganism.
She carries color like cargo, each grain destined for hungry larvae. Every trip is a gamble. Wind, predators, distance. Yet the schedule never stops. Inside the hive, order is built into geometry, hexagons that store the future.
Food becomes communal the moment it arrives, shared, processed, and passed along.
Honey is engineered, thickened by airflow, sealed by patience.
When the water is gone, the pantry is locked, wax turning sweetness into security.
At the center lies the nursery, where the next generation is fed and protected.
Nurses don't forage. They turn stored food into life.
The queen is not a ruler by force. She is a signal, a presence, a promise.
1 egg per cell. A future measured in millimeters and in perfect repetition.
Worker bees carry the hive's scent code from one body to the next, an invisible language that keeps thousands moving as one. A map made of motion, direction, distance, and urgency encoded in a dance.
Information becomes action. The hive turns knowledge into movement.
Before they travel far, they learn home, its shape, its scent, its place in the world.
Security is constant. A colony survives by recognizing its own.
Water cools the hive and thins food for larvae. Another quiet task that keeps life running.
In heat, they become engineers, turning wings into air conditioning. Wax is their building material, secreted, shaped, and assembled into architecture.
Hexagons waste no space. Efficiency that turns nectar into stored time.
At midday, the meadow becomes a marketplace, each blossom traded for energy.
The world is full of ambushes. Survival favors the wary.
They return, weighed by harvest, tiny bodies carrying a colony's future.
Pollen becomes bee bread, a protein reserve transformed by the hive itself.
A larva is fed again and again, care measured in moments. Once sealed, metamorphosis begins, hidden behind a thin wall of wax. In the dark, time does its quiet work.
A new worker arrives, soft, pale, and instantly part of the machine.
Her first task is hygiene, because clean cells mean healthy brood.
These are drone honeybees, males of the colony, waiting for the brief season when their genetics can travel beyond the hive.
Their season is brief. Their purpose is singular.
They gather resin to make propolis, the hive's antiseptic shield.
Every seal is protection against drafts, microbes, and intruders.
The hive is a network, communication flowing faster than any single bee.
They work the edges of daylight, because tomorrow is never guaranteed.
Stored honey is survival, an edible memory of flowers.
Defense is often just presence, the message that this home is not open.
When night arrives, the city dims, but the hum continues.
Together they become warmth, sharing heat the way they share work.
The queen rests at the core, protected because the hive's future depends on her.
When spring blossoms, honeybees accelerate. The colony builds more comb, raises more brood, and swells with new life.
To reproduce the colony, they prepare special chambers, cradles for future queens.
Royal jelly changes destiny, turning a larva into royalty.
These are honeybee drones, male Apis mellifera, gathering strength for the sky as new queens approach adulthood.
Above the trees, yellow honeybee drones, Apis mellifera, gather in an invisible meeting place, an arena made of air.
A new queen arrives, rare, powerful, and immediately consequential.
The colony guides outcomes, conflict contained by collective will.
Before her mating flight, she learns home, because she will return once and reshape everything.
A single flight carries the hive's future, genetics sealed for years.
She returns, and the hive pivots, back to growth, back to certainty.
With stored sperm, she can lay for years, turning one day into thousands of lives. No single bee knows the whole plan, yet together, the plan becomes reality.
Their hunger becomes abundance, pollination that feeds landscapes beyond the hive.
Weather rewrites the day. The hive responds like one body.
Even when the world closes, the work continues. Quiet, constant, essential.
Day ends, but the colony's promise stays alive in the hum.
In darkness, the hive holds tomorrow, honey, bees, and bloom waiting for dawn.